we just had 2 bucklings born on the farm. They are our first kids that are born here, and they came from our smallest goat, which is a Nubian Boer cross, we believe, and she was bred to an Alpine, and we thought she was only going to have 1. She's the smallest of all the goats. We didn't even know she was pregnant till about a month ago because she wasn't showing. She was pretty small. But I looked over today, I was on the tractor moving those wood chips, and I happened to look over and just see her standing there, and I looked down and I thought they were just little lambs by her feet because the lambs are in with the goats, and then it struck me, those aren't lambs, those are little goats. So it happened so fast. I fed them about 7:30 this morning. It's only 11 o'clock. She had no discharge. She wasn't acting odd. She wasn't separating herself from anybody. She was eating breakfast. Everything was normal. So I had no idea she was getting ready to give birth today. So really excited. I'm going in there to take care of everything right now. This is a bag for the chickens, but I have iodine and some sanitized scissors. I got to clip one of the bucklings' umbilical cord, and then I'm going to dip both of their umbilical cords. So my animal loving child is not here to help me. He's on his way home. So I will be doing this myself, and I'll try to position the camera so you can see everything that I'm doing. Okay, so I have a solution of, it's iodine wound antiseptic. This is what I've used on all my animals. It's what I've used on their teats when I'm milking for a cleaner spray. And then I have nothing fancy, but super clean, sterilized scissors. I wash them under hot water and soap. I got them hot with fire, and then I sterilized them with some alcohol as well. So I was really careful to carry them out here in a clean paper towel. And then I have a dipping cup for the iodine to dip the umbilical cord in as well. Okay, let's see how they're doing. Let's see. Hi, Jules. Jules is a first-time mom. I wasn't sure how she was doing with them, actually, because when I came out here, I think she was just surprised and didn't know what happened after she gave birth. She was just kind of standing there in shock and awe. And I actually grabbed the kids and brought them into the barn, and I thought she would follow me, but she just stood there. So I actually had to drag her in the barn with them, but she did a really good job of licking them. And once I gave her grain with some extra molasses in it, she let them nurse. And she's just kind of been checking them out. But, you know, she's a first-time mom. She doesn't really know what to do. So I'm just going to keep a close eye on them for the next couple days and see how she does and how they do. They've both nursed a few times. So they got great colostrum, which is really important for them for the first 24 to 36 hours. After that, their gut lining closes, and they can't absorb the colostrum anymore. So you could give them colostrum their whole life, but it's only beneficial to them within those first couple days. So they got that, so that's a great start for them. And we plan on leaving them with mom until they're weaned. I'm not bottle feeding them. I will end up separating them at night in order to milk her in the morning. So I'll get my milk, and then she'll be able to nurse them the rest of the day and through the evening and stuff until I separate them again. But we're gonna have 3 goats in milk, so I'll have plenty of milk, and they're not gonna be losing out on anything. So here we go. I'm gonna try to get their umbilical cords cleaned up and nice and disinfected. So. This isn't good. I'm actually allergic to iodine, and I forgot to grab gloves. So I'm probably going to break out from this, but I'll be okay. Put it in there. Towel. Let's see. Laying down, Jules. That's good. Okay, since you're closest. Okay. Hi. Okay, so actually going to get that hay off of there. Okay, snip. Okay. Ooh. Let me. Okay. You're okay. Oh, you just hit me in the face. I'm gonna dip it in there. Disinfect you. Good girl. She's so cute. Good job. You okay? What's going on? Come here, little guy. That's little guy number 2. And his umbilical cord fell off real good, so that's not long, but we're still gonna dip it. There you go. And that's it. Okay, are you sitting all weird? Come on, Jules. Come on over here. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Come on over here. Good girl. Water. It's important to note that before you cut the umbilical cord, you make sure that there is no pulse in it. And you can feel that just by, if you put your fingers on the outside of it, you can feel a pulse almost like a heartbeat. And when it does not have that anymore, it means that there's no active blood supply anymore. And so you can go ahead and just cut it. If there is a pulse, just wait, hold off on cutting it, because you could create a big problem for that kid if you cut it while it's still pulsing. There will be blood and just a fiasco that you don't want to have to deal with. So I made sure ahead of time that there was no pulse. I had done this about 30 minutes after they had been born. So everything had stopped in the tissue. There's no nerve endings in that. They can't feel it or anything. So, and one thing I would change is that I would choose a sharper pair of scissors. These are my barn scissors that I've been using. I did not realize how dull they are. Although the umbilical cord is tough and fleshy, and so it takes a little work to cut through, I still would have used a sharper pair of scissors to kind of give me a nice 1 or 2 even cut to have that come off. So on top of being extra clean with those, you would also want them to be sharp enough to cut through. And then I didn't mention that the cutting length that I did, you want to leave it just about 1 inch, no more than that. It could get caught on things, and you don't want that to happen.